Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing the hardcore Reached League, and today we are gonna run the Labyrinth with our summoner. Or our channel summoner, to be slightly more specific.
The Lord's Labyrinth. Within these walls.
So, nicely warmed up, ready to go. There's a golden door and 3 exits. Yay. So this is level 33 area. I'm currently level 45, so the monsters themselves shouldn't pose too much of an issue. It's Izaro in the end that I'm going to be worried about. Because it doesn't really matter how strong you are. Izaro is usually going to be a nuisance. We are in here to get a beacon of corruption, so that when our monsters or our minions die, they will create nice clouds of chaos damage that will inflict damage equal to 10% of their maximum life. And of course, we want to get our minion life as high as possible. But interestingly, linked bonuses to minion damage also affect the generated cloud. So that means that our minions are gonna be quite a bit more damage than you would expect them to, given the amount of bonuses to their damage that we are gonna stack eventually. And of course, the minions themselves, you're boosting their lives, that's gonna help them stay alive. You're boosting their damage, so that's gonna help them just punch the monsters harder in their face. And, well, if they die in the process, they'll just continue doing damage. But in order to do that, we first need to kill this guy named Izaro. Supposed to be an emperor or something. Possessed or blessed by a goddess. I think the jury is still out on that one. Not entirely sure but if it's a good or a bad thing. Okay. So yeah, I'm not the greatest person in the world at avoiding traps. That's why I do like to have a nice amount of life and some flasks, so that at least we can survive the odd encounter here. So we are using Castspell Channeling combined with Wither to pop out our skeletons and raging spirits. Means we are going to be casting less raging spirits than you might be used to from a classic Raging Spirit Summoner. But in our case, it's just going to be a bonus, and in the end it's going to be an excuse to get temporary disposable minions turned into clouds of chaos damage. That just happened to do damage while they are still alive. So our current gem setup is in preparation for once we get Beacon of Corruption. It's not entirely efficient for the current state because of course Wither's not really doing a lot. Besides giving the enemies purple orbs floating around them. But it's not like we're doing a lot of chaos damage. Yeah, no, we have Desecrate, which technically inflicts a little bit of chaos damage. But I'm saying technically because the damage itself is really not all that impressive. And I believe we have to be on this side. Oh, I was thinking to be smart, but I just teleported into the thing. Yay me. Right. And then we are where we want to be. Kill these folks, hit the lever, open the box.
There must be a golden door.
Then we grab the exits, hit the lever, and go back to the golden door. And then hope that was the only golden door of this run. I know there's websites where you can check what the layout is. The community is pretty good at tracking those things and making the tools available for people. to do them, but
Gold
yeah,
is the most liberating of
still have to navigate the areas. So I go in, I tend to just stick to the top side of the map, and that generally gets me through. Basilica Passage, so it's gotta be one or the other. Really have no way to see which is right. And there's a silver key, so it turns out there's probably gonna be another similar one on the other side, and they'll reconvene at the Aspirant's Trial. Technically I don't think you can have two entrances and an exit, so... Oh wait, you can actually have two entrances, the exit is always on the other side. So I suspect that the next area is going to be our very first combat trial. Being massively over-leveled here should provide us with enough of an advantage to have a pretty good chance. Previous episode we defeated Malachi with surprising ease, so that does give me good hope that Izaro is also going to be relatively doable rather than an immense challenge. Because getting a build-defining Ascendancy upgrade, you don't want to get a massive challenge before that. You would actually just want to scoop it up and then enjoy the game rather than getting your biggest challenge when you are the least prepared. Okay, let's just go, and there you go. Yeah, we hit the switch, and then there's gonna be a door that's open there. And another one. I think we hit it twice, yes. We have, of course, our movement skill. But due to the fact that you do have to cast it, it's not always as useful. But it's gonna be useful enough. Our minions are still with us, which is good. I specifically hunted down these knitted horrors in the dried lake, so I could use them against Izaro if needed be. And that's just because they are big, they are sturdy. And I do like minions to stay alive in fights like that rather than having to focus on re-summoning minions. And there it is indeed, the Aspirant's Trial. Oh, it's always disorienting if the exit is not parallel to where you were going, but if it just twists. Okay, let's see this. Let's see what modifiers we get, how doable they are. Golem. So we're just gonna start putting down our skeletons and raging spirits. Burning essence is dead. I don't really like Izaro all that much. I think he has a similar opinion about me. So no mutual feelings and all that. Let's just get out of there. Prepare for the next fight. And okay, we killed the essences, so we denied him that, and that should take care of him. So our minions are doing a decent amount of damage to Izaro, which is all I care about at this point. Time to move on. Let's see, found a poem, found a book. A switch, that means those nasty things, yes. Ooh, a rare, might as well kill that one. Oh, some scrolls, might as well pick them up, learn something. Ooh, chance up. Purple. As I keep saying, usually the top side is what leads to a door. Not always, but often. See, the side area was a distraction. This is indeed the way forward. If your goal is to get all the optional things and to get every little loot cache, this is not going to be the strategy for you. But if you don't care for the Labyrinth, if you just see it as an obstacle for getting your Ascendancy points, there are worse strategies to have than sticking to the top side of the map and then just arcing over to the left. This is probably not gonna be it, but I do tend to check. There's a well there. That's potentially a secret area. That's indeed a secret area. That's a door, well, secret passage, I mean. And it just plops you in the middle of something. Let's have a look. So we keep channeling skeletons in, which are gonna act like speed bumps for our opponents, which is good. Again, we have no idea where we are, but heading to the top of the map generally works rather well. Oh, time delayed. Spike plates. Okay, very slow razor blades, so we can go through them. That's okay. Ooh. Ooh. That was a bit more than I was hoping for. But of course, instant heal flasks, they are really nice for nasty situations like that. Our minions are still with us, which I'm very thankful for. Slightly tempted to actually raise the reanimators. But the thing is, I do have a habit of teleporting minions around. We actually went into the secret area there, so we're now back to where we were. Only we're on the other side. So, as I mentioned, oftentimes this is a distraction, not going to the top. In this case, going to the top was also a bit of a distraction. The Labyrinth, full of distractions. Strongbox. Rogue Exile, 3 additional items. Ignites me, explodes, sure. We can deal with that. Let's just go over here. And we get some hair items. Little belt if there's decent life. Nope. And then we move onwards. So having already found the other exit from the map, it means there's only going to be one more remaining exit. Which should be relatively straightforward, and that is the Aspirant's Trial.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation.
So,
to entertain doubt is to dance with death.
Dance with Death. So, it's empty, he doesn't have any additional help. Let's see if we can complete this one in a similar manner.
The scepter, not the other way.
What are we gonna get? Boxes. That was the one with the charges, wasn't it?
Claw your way to the top.
Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be next to you. Oh wait, this is actually... Oh. Temp change. Okay, temp change. Yeah. Dang. I figured that one out too late, but indeed we got affected with temp change. That's gonna be fun in the final fight. And then we'll have to see how lucky we are in finding our way through here. I mean, our minions are still holding strong. Let's see, we can just move forward here. Temporary spikes. Oh, rare. And it is very dead. Convocation. I don't want to level this one anymore because it's linked to a cast when damage taken. It gets my minions to me when I take too much damage, which is outside of the Labyrinth. That's a relatively useful thing to do. In the Labyrinth, it might actually teleport the minions into harm's way more than that it's gonna help me. But for now, we'll accept that as a slightly unpleasant downside for the minions. Another rare. And it just gets mobs. Basilica Passage. Which leads us down. It's gonna be a note over there. Seems straightforward. But we're gonna be one or two more rooms and then we are at the final trial. So let's see how fast we can get there. In general, I run Labyrinth in about 25 minutes now. This is a heck of an improvement over the 50 or so minutes I did when the Labyrinth was first announced or was first added. Now you gain some experience and you learn to do it when over leveled, so it becomes easier. And of course, not doing full clears and having a slight sense of where to go definitely helps. Being blocked by the road doesn't help though. Okay, there's a hidden coffer over there, which we can get to from here. And then we'll port. Gonna say we'll port back. Yep, over here. Okay, we are through. We lost our golem. Let's fix that. That's the only minion we've lost so far. I'm very pleased about that. Okay, having a teleport-like movement skill definitely makes navigation in the Labyrinth a lot easier, as demonstrated by passages like we just jumped over. So otherwise, if you have to walk everything, you are gonna be in a lot more danger than if you can just skip through some bits. 2 yellows, might as well do this room. Took enough damage to trigger our Spirit Offering and teleport our minions to us. And next area, probably the final area before our final trial. Yeah, final trial is gonna be there. Oh, let's look for Izaro. Also, I haven't seen Fluffy yet. Chances of finding him still are going to be small. I don't think he's ever in the final common area before Izaro. Then again, I've only seen him a couple times. So I have no idea what's the logic is to his space. Okay, so Estate Path, this is going to be a side branch. We don't want to have this one, but I do want to check where we are. This took us up, yeah. So if we took the other route, we would have ended up here anyway. And this means there's only one more possible way out of this, and that's going to be towards the final fight. Let's do some killing in order to get some charges. Makes it easier to walk around if we are just running at a Quicksilver Flask speed. There's a lot of walking here. And the final room, the Aspirant's Trial. Let's have a look at the totems. Font of Fragility. we are going to be vulnerable to players, not to minions, players. And elemental weakness. So we take more physical and more elemental damage. That's going to be dangerous. But we are not under the effect of temporal change. We did manage to take that one out of the equation just in time. And on the other side, he's not being boosted by the golems that tend to boost his damage. So if we just manage to not get hit, I think we should be fine. If we get hit, all bets are off. So we have a full complement of minions. So it's time to face Izaro. Get our minions up. Okay. I like this layout.
Navigate your empire through trouble.
This is better than spike traps.
Withstand the siege.
Okay. It's actually going to be useful to keep an eye out for what he's doing. On the other hand, we don't have to see him. Our minions have to. And they are pretty darn good at killing him. Holy moly. That was Izaro. They were not kidding about buffing minions. Wait, to the best of my understanding, summoners had a pretty bad rap. Ooh.
The goddess of justice, you are worthy. Receive our blessings, embrace our gifts, and rise, Ascendant. For this is the ending that we all deserve.
Let's see, what's the least rubbish? Oh, can only apply it to the gloves, that makes it easy. Attach the word of force on hit. I don't think we actually hit things. Okay, so this is just rubbish. But we are not here to bless our fists. We are here to ascend. And of course, we are going to be a necromancer.
Embrace the serene power.
So, our immediate goal is going to be to pick up a beacon of corruption. It's going to give us some chaos resistance, which is nice. It's going to make our minions slightly chaos resistant, which is going to be nice. But the thing we want is our minions spread caustic cloud on death, dealing 10% of their maximum life as chaos damage per second. So for zombies, that's going to be 280 damage per second. For the golem, that's going to be nearly 700 damage per second. Skeletons are a bit weaker. It's only 118. But of course, these clouds are being amplified by the bonuses to damage that our minions get. So in practice, I think right now they all deal at least double the damage, and it's only gonna get better. So we ascend, minions deal more damage, and we now have the Beacon of Corruption. So Soulweaver is gonna make our Spectres do a lot more damage, both as just summoned monsters, but also as more nice little caustic clouds. On the way there, Fleshbinder is gonna make us take less damage for each zombie we have. And finally, once we do the Labyrinth, the endgame Labyrinth, Mistress of Sacrifice is gonna make offering skills apply to me. At least that's my current plan. So go here, then go there. Depends a little bit. I mean, we will have the entirety of Cruel to see how we'll like dealing with the Beacon of Corruption. And then at the end of that, we'll decide whether we are gonna continue on the intended path of boosting our Spectres with Soulweaver, or if we are gonna pick up Mistress of Sacrifice as a defensive option first, and then move on. So on the way there, we get an increase to skill effect duration, which is also gonna make our minions and our toxic clouds last a little bit longer. So all in all, we should be good. But for now, we have defeated Izaro. That's the final bit of normal difficulty that we had yet to do. So next up is gonna be Cruel, and it's gonna be fun. So as always, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.